Fans are discussing nonstop about what Tasha K just dropped, and the internet is currently in complete disarray. Tasha K says she has receipts in a startling new development that has the hip-hop and love industries reeling. One of the biggest lies of Mendeecees and Yandy's marriage may be revealed by actual DNA evidence. Everyone is curious, and the streets of YouTube are ablaze with conjecture. Was Mendeecees lying once more? Or is this simply another uncontrollably wild rumor? When Tasha K went live late yesterday night and implied that she had indisputable proof of a covert paternity test, the T-split, fans flocked to her channel in response to her mysterious remarks, overwhelming the comment sections with questions and incredulity. Some referred to her as a truth teller, while others claimed she was creating drama to gain attention. One thing is certain though, Yandy's name is trending everywhere because of the claims. There are now rumors circulating that Yandy was taken by surprise and was unaware of these purported DNA results until they were made public. According to people close to the couple, emotions are quite high, and insiders speculate that this could be the moment that ultimately shatters their flawless image. However, what actually occurs behind the scenes? And who is being honest? Mendeecees or Tasha K? From this point on, the narrative only gets more bizarre. The entire love and hip-hop community saw a rippling effect on social media as soon as Tasha K went live yesterday night. As she intimated that she had receipts so convincing they may upend a marriage, fans were glued to their screens. Speculation and whispers started right away. While some anticipated a revelation that may change the course of Yandy and Mendeecees' story, others thought it was just another dramatic stunt. The comment sections erupted with words ranging from shock to rage, and the tension was practically palpable. Fans couldn't help but question whether Mendeecees had truly gone too far once more. And was Yandy going to discover the difficult way? According to insiders, the tension had been rising for months. Curiosity and suspicion were heightened by Mendeecees' abnormally aloof behavior, which included avoiding interviews, erasing posts, and becoming silent on social media. When he believed no one was watching, his pals reportedly saw the tension on his face and the twitch in his hands. In the meantime, Yandy, who was consistently composed, had been sharing mysterious messages like loyalty, trust, and integrity, which many saw as subtle allusions to the purported scandal. A single Instagram story with the caption, "Sometimes the truth is closer than you think," became the focal point of numerous fan discussions and ideas. The truth remained elusive, looming in the background like an impending storm, while everyone worked to piece together the puzzle. Tasha K claims that the DNA evidence she alluded to wasn't only an assertion. Fans were devastated when it was connected to a paternity test that purportedly implicated Means. She gave a hazy description of the evidence, stating that the images, documents, and supporting testimony all suggested a narrative that had been concealed behind closed doors. Her smirk merely increased the terrible suspense as the audience, unable to resist, barraged her live broadcast with questions. She sipped her drink and added, "You'll see everything soon," allowing the tension to stretch like a rubber band about to break. Viewers were eager to find out if this implied that Mendeecees had concealed another secret or had lied about a child, and engagement skyrocketed just from the conjecture. Snippets from Tasha's live session were picked up by bloggers and influencers, and the story swiftly spread to other platforms. Numerous timelines that alluded to previous love and hip-hop programs, interviews, and social media posts that implied conflict between Mendeecees and another lady were replicated. Some viewers remembered noticing small motions in earlier scenes where Mendeecees seemed anxious, or Jasmine's expression during spontaneous moments. A developing mistrust was fueled by every little fact. Mendeecees, which revealed a justice for Yandy and Jurassic receipts, was one of the hashtags that started to trend, demonstrating how committed the internet community had gotten to solving the mystery. According to close friends, Yandy's response was a mix of cautious reserve and uncertainty. Instead of confronting Mendeecees right away, she allegedly spent hours journaling, thinking, and confiding in her alone closest allies. According to insiders, she struggled to maintain her composure in public while confronting the alleged betrayal. Fans analyzed every word, pause, and emoji in her modest online remarks. The interpretation varied from a subdued request for comprehension to a direct allusion to dishonesty. The seriousness of her feelings was evident to those observing. Her serene demeanor appeared to conceal a tempest of betrayal and heartache. Numerous conversations centered on the relationship between Jasmine, Mendeecees and Yandy. According to Tasha K, Jasmine and Mendeecees had been communicating for months, exchanging texts that alluded to emotional strain and concealment. The purported texts alluded to a relationship that had been concealed, even from Yandy, according to Tasha's description. The audience was left wondering about time and motivations, arguing whether this was a new problem or a resurrected history. Because of the story's ambiguity, followers were compelled to fill in the blanks with their own theories, transforming social media into a courthouse where each gesture, post, and video clip served as proof. Additionally, fans developed an obsession with small visual hints. A picture of Jasmine wearing a certain bracelet went viral because some people said it matched a chain or other item Mendeecees had been spotted wearing in earlier episodes. In an attempt to uncover a glimpse of reality, the online community studied lighting, angles, and reflections. Even though nothing was verified, the rumors alone kept the story alive, and every new photograph or post generated a new round of analysis. A perfect storm for viral material was produced by the combination of mystery, purported deceit, and the high stakes of intimate relationships. One insider claims that the tension increased when Yandy and a mutual acquaintance had a private conversation in which it was disclosed that Yandy knew something was wrong. Even if she didn't have all the information, her suspicions were apparently aroused when she inquired about late-night meetings, unusual calls, and unexplained absences. Sources claim that Mendeecees tried to keep things normal in the interim by downplaying worries and maintaining lighthearted exchanges in public. Fans who followed every move online were able to speculate and argue the story because of the contrast between the private tension and the public FOD, which added layers to the drama. In keeping with her penchant for creating drama, Tasha K hinted that further details would be revealed shortly. Anticipation was heightened when she intimated that more receipts and context were on the way. Immediately, viewers responded, leaving comments such as, "We need proof. He can't get away with this." The frenzy wasn't limited to the internet. Yandy deserves the truth. Uncertain if the leaks were real or a publicity gimmick, friends and family allegedly started muttering among themselves. As the story started to trend on many platforms and dominate entertainment news cycles, even casual viewers of love and hip-hop were unable to avoid the buzz. Relationships outside of the primary trio are said to have been impacted by the purported aftermath from the announcement. Yandy's friends voiced their worries and provided guidance. As some fans conjectured about potential conflicts between Mendeecees and other cast members, the suspense turned into a scene straight out of a movie, with scenarios involving furious disputes, passionate altercations, and heartfelt admissions. The story depicted loyalty being put to the test, trust being betrayed, and the vulnerability of public personas when personal issues clash with social media scrutiny, whether confirmed or not. Each rumor added to a plot that enthralled viewers like a serialized play. In the meantime, rumors concerning Jasmine's involvement grew more intense. She was allegedly avoiding social media, erasing posts, and avoiding public appearances, according to certain online forums. Others speculated that she was seeking legal advice in order to shield herself from any criticism as the story developed. Tasha K became a key player in the continuing conversation because of her account of Jasmine's dealings with Mendeecees and her well-known past on reality TV. Viewers engaged in a complex web of interpersonal and emotional intrigue as they debated the timing, motives, and intentions of alleged actions. When screenshots purportedly appeared of discussions with unclear content, the controversy reached new heights and followers began to scrutinize every word. Words like "this changes" and "we need to be careful everything" were constantly examined, and depending on one's point of view, may be seen as confirmation or just a coincidence. Reaction videos, blog entries, and podcasts analyzing the developing scandal used every fresh piece of information, verified or not, as a talking point. Viewers continued going back to social media sites because they were curious about what would be revealed next. According to reports, Yandy's pals attempted private mediation, supporting her to ask Mendeecees directly for clarification. When the conversation did eventually take place, sources claimed it was heated, full of pauses, sighs, and times of obvious emotional strain. Mendeecees apparently refuted the most serious charges, trying to defend himself while negotiating the public pressure that had abruptly increased. The encounter's description offered material for additional fan speculation, with viewers analyzing body language, tone, and phrasing in an effort to uncover the truth. The emotional stakes were evident. In order to keep the audience interested without going beyond and making statements that would raise ethical or legal issues, Tasha K carefully balanced teasing with disclosure. She alluded to insider confirmation, enigmatic communications, and the timing of historical occurrences that pointed to a concealed story. Fans conjectured that these cues were hints to a larger narrative, and the ensuing debate took over secret group chats, entertainment forums, and social media comment sections. The narrative's viewers were captivated for hours, if not days, as they attempted to piece together the information due to the complexity and possible emotional impact. There were rumors that Mendeecees had taken action to keep the news under wraps, contacting friends and family to control opinions while preserving his public persona. While some thought he was carefully managing his reputation, others said he was trying to shield his kids from the emotional effects of what was happening. Due to the public scrutiny and personal stakes involved, the situation was open to dramatic interpretations. Based on bits of information that were circulating online, fans imagined everything from explosive confrontations to poignant reconciliations. The community of bloggers, pundits, and fans grew more involved as the story gained traction. Some supported Yandy, praising her fortitude and resiliency in the face of deceit. Some concentrated on Mendeecees, contending that his version of events had been misconstrued or disregarded. Whether she was there or not, Jasmine came to represent intrigue and mystery. The combination of secrecy, suspicion, and high emotional stakes produced a narrative that was captivating, hard to ignore, and ideal for repeated engagement across various social media platforms. Each post or absence was examined for hidden meaning. Viewers felt a sense of urgency as Tasha K continuously teased that there was more to come. As viewers attempted to correlate the fresh accusations with previous episodes, social media posts, and insider accounts, the anticipation was nearly intolerable. A single revelation became a complicated narrative with limitless possibilities as a result of the intricate web of conjecture, interpretation, and emotional engagement. Rumors, innuendo, and purported evidence fueled the drama. The tension did not lessen the next day. There were rumors that Yandy had avoided public appearances in favor of withdrawing into private areas to deal with the shock. Friends said she pondered the purported DNA evidence for hours, doubting not just her husband's fidelity, but also her own capacity to separate fact from fiction. She allegedly stated, "I just need clarity before I react," in private chats, exposing the level of her internal conflict. However, fans saw her absence as a sign of betrayal and hurt, and they flooded social media with supportive words and conjecture about what would happen next in this high-stakes drama. Every move and post was examined as if it contained a secret message, demonstrating how emotionally committed viewers had become. Mendeecees, meantime, was juggling his private nervousness with his public poise. According to insiders, he was remarkably quiet, frequently avoiding eye contact and pausing mid-conversation when talking about the situation. His friends saw a change in his attitude, a gravity that stood in stark contrast to the self-assured image he usually presented. Tasha K's hints about more receipts and the purported DNA reveal combined to create an atmosphere where even seemingly insignificant exchanges had a great deal of weight. With the continual threat of public scrutiny, every choice from which interviews to attend to what to post on social media became a deliberate one. The story of Jasmine became more intricate. According to sources, she had been purposefully reducing her social media presence and occasionally staying completely offline to avoid the spotlight of rumors. According to reports, she told close friends that she was overwhelmed by the attention and worried about being misrepresented. Some claim that in order to manage the possible ramifications and maintain control over her side of the story, she had communicated with legal counsel. Fan theories were only strengthened by her selective visibility and secrecy, as viewers looked for behavioral patterns that would suggest she was involved in the purported scandal. The drama that was developing was around Tasha K's live sessions. She recalled encounters during one especially stressful broadcast that suggested a high degree of emotional attachment, albeit she did not provide all the specifics. She alluded to private exchanges of emotional messages, moments of secrecy, and tensions that had been building without the public's awareness. Fans responded right once, analyzing each pause and emphasis and using her commentary as a guide to unspoken realities. Viewers returned time and time again for updates and analysis because of the intrigue she created with her selective reveals. Yandy and Mendeecees' friends and family reportedly got engaged in secret discussions to try to defuse the situation as rumors grew. Some promoted openness, arguing that addressing the purported problems in an honest manner could stop more miscommunications, while others cautioned against it, stressing the possibility of misunderstandings and negative publicity. The contrasting viewpoints added another level of drama and demonstrated how, in the setting of reality TV, interpersonal connections interact with public opinion. Every private intervention seems to have an impact on fan interpretations and online narratives. The response from the internet community was a mix of indignation, compassion, and insatiable curiosity. Social media platforms were inundated with content that examined earlier posts, videos, and fan interviews in an effort to find indications of distress, remorse, or hidden relationships. Theories quickly spread. Some claimed that Mendeecees had purposefully withheld information, while others contended that the circumstances had been overstated or misunderstood. Snippets of purported evidence released by Tasha K, whose reputation for unearthing behind-the-scenes tales gave the rumors weight, further stoked the fervor. There were rumors that Mendeecees and Yandy had gotten into a fight. Private conversations, according to insiders, were stressful, full of pauses, tears, and unanswered questions. There were times, according to observers, when the weight of unresolved emotions hung heavy in the air, creating situations that were almost dramatic in their intensity. A fresh dimension was introduced by the purported DNA evidence. Fans created a story that transcended recorded events into the domain of emotional imagination by interpreting every word, gesture, and silence as a hint, envisioning conversations, conflicts, and reconciliations. The mystery about Jasmine's absence persisted. According to reports, she had been staying with close family members or in places that provided seclusion from the growing public scrutiny.